The Life and Legacy of Vladimir Putin, a detailed exploration of 10 key facts. Vladimir Putin, a name synonymous with Russian politics, has loomed large on the global stage for over 2 decades. As a leader who has shaped modern Russia, his policies, persona, and decisions have made him one of the most discussed political figures in contemporary history. Beyond the headlines, his journey from humble beginnings to becoming one of the world's most influential leaders is a story of strategy, ambition, and resilience. Here, we delve deep into 10 significant aspects of Vladimir Putin's life and legacy. 1. Humble origins in Soviet-era Leningrad. Born on October 7, 1952, in Leningrad, now St. Petersburg, Vladimir Vladimirovich Putin's early life was marked by the hardships of post-World War II Soviet Union. Leningrad had endured a devastating siege during the war, leaving its population struggling to rebuild. Putin's family lived in a communal apartment, a typical arrangement for working-class families of the time. His father, Vladimir Spiridonovich Putin, served in the Soviet Navy and later worked in a factory, while his mother, Maria Ivanovna, took on various labor-intensive jobs to support the family. Despite these modest beginnings, young Putin exhibited a drive for excellence, particularly in academics and physical pursuits. By his teenage years, he had developed a keen interest in martial arts, specifically judo and sambo. Achieving a black belt in judo, Putin has often credited the sport with instilling discipline, strategic thinking, and resilience, qualities that would define his career. 2. From law student to KGB operative, Putin's academic journey began at Leningrad State University, where he studied law and graduated in 1975. His thesis focused on international law and trade, reflecting an early interest in global affairs. Upon graduation, Putin joined the KGB, the Soviet Union's main security and intelligence agency. As a KGB officer, Putin's early assignments involved counterintelligence within the Soviet Union. However, his most significant posting came in 1985 when he was stationed in Dresden, East Germany. During this time, he witnessed the waning influence of the Soviet bloc, including the fall of the Berlin Wall in 1989. Putin later described this period as a turning point, shaping his views on geopolitics and the role of strong leadership. Putin's work in intelligence fostered traits such as discretion, adaptability, and loyalty, which became evident in his political strategies. After the Soviet Union's collapse in 1991, he resigned from the KGB with the rank of lieutenant colonel. 3rd. Political beginnings in St. Petersburg. Returning to his hometown, Putin began his political career in the administration of Anatoly Sobchak, the first democratically elected mayor of St. Petersburg. Sobchak, a reformist, appointed Putin as his deputy, tasking him with managing foreign relations and attracting investment to the city. Putin quickly gained a reputation for his efficiency, pragmatism, and ability to navigate the complex post-Soviet landscape. His work in St. Petersburg laid the foundation for his ascent to national politics, as he cultivated a network of influential allies who would later support his rise. The rise to power in Moscow. In 1996, Putin moved to Moscow, where he joined President Boris Yeltsin's administration. Over the next few years, he held several key positions, including Deputy Chief of the Presidential Staff and Director of the Federal Security Service, FSB, the successor to the KGB. In August 1999, Yeltsin appointed Putin as Prime Minister. Just a few months later, on December 31, 1999, Yeltsin announced his resignation, naming Putin as acting president. This sudden transition thrust Putin into the spotlight, where he quickly established himself as a decisive leader. His early presidency was marked by military action in Chechnya, a move that bolstered his reputation for strength and determination. Putin won the presidential election in March 2000, officially beginning his tenure as Russia's leader. His promises to restore stability and economic growth resonated with a population weary of the chaos that followed the Soviet Union's collapse. 5. A legacy of longevity in leadership. Putin's political career has been characterized by remarkable longevity. He served 2 consecutive terms as president from 2000 to 2008, then became prime minister under Dmitry Medvedev due to constitutional term limits. In 2012, Putin returned to the presidency after constitutional amendments extended the term length from 4 to 6 years. In 2020, a controversial referendum approved further amendments, allowing Putin to potentially remain in power until 2036. Critics argued this move cemented an authoritarian regime, while supporters praised it as a step toward political stability. Regardless of the perspective, Putin's tenure has made him Russia's longest-serving leader since Joseph Stalin. 6. The strongman. Persona central to Putin's image is the carefully cultivated persona of a strongman leader. Russian state media frequently depict him engaging in physically demanding activities, such as judo matches, horseback riding, and swimming in icy waters. These portrayals aim to reinforce the image of a vigorous and resilient leader, appealing to traditional Russian ideals of masculinity and strength. This persona is not merely for show. Putin's commitment to fitness and martial arts underscores his belief in discipline and preparation. He has often drawn parallels between judo strategies and political tactics, emphasizing adaptability and anticipation. 7. Economic achievements and challenges. Putin's early presidency saw significant economic growth, fueled by rising oil and gas prices. This period brought improvements in living standards, reduced poverty, and expanded Russia's middle class. Major infrastructure projects, such as the construction of pipelines and modernization of cities, were undertaken during this time. However, economic challenges have mounted in recent years. Western sanctions imposed after Russia's annexation of Crimea in 2014, combined with fluctuations in global energy markets, have strained the economy. Critics point to systemic corruption, over-reliance on fossil fuels, and a lack of diversification as persistent obstacles to sustainable development. 8. An assertive foreign policy. Putin's approach to foreign policy has been assertive and, at times, polarizing. Key events include the 2008 war with Georgia, the annexation of Crimea in 2014, and military intervention in Syria. These actions have drawn sharp criticism from Western nations, leading to economic sanctions and diplomatic isolation. Despite these challenges, Putin's foreign policy has bolstered his domestic popularity. Many Russians view him as a defender of national sovereignty and a challenger to Western dominance. His emphasis on restoring Russia's status as a global power remains a cornerstone of his leadership. 9. A private and enigmatic personal life. Putin is notoriously secretive about his personal life. He was married to Lyudmila Shkrebneva for nearly 30 years before their divorce in 2013. The couple has 2 daughters, Maria and Katerina, who have largely avoided public scrutiny. Speculation about Putin's wealth and relationships has fueled intrigue. Reports of luxurious properties and close ties to influential figures abound, but much of this remains unverified due to the opacity surrounding his private affairs. 10. A legacy of controversy and influence. Vladimir Putin's legacy is as complex as the man himself. Supporters hail him as a stabilizing force who restored Russia's pride and global standing, while critics accuse him of suppressing dissent, undermining democracy, and pursuing aggressive policies. On the global stage, Putin has positioned Russia as a key player in international politics, often challenging Western norms and alliances. His leadership style, marked by pragmatism, strategy, and resilience, has ensured his place as one of the most consequential leaders of the 21st century. Conclusion. Vladimir Putin's journey from a communal apartment in Leningrad to the Kremlin's highest office is a testament to his strategic acumen and ambition. His impact on Russia and the world will be debated for generations, but there is no denying his role in shaping modern history. Whether viewed as a visionary leader or a divisive autocrat, Putin's story is one of enduring significance and intrigue.